this is Alex Linnebrink over at Passage Ticketing and Payments, and we're here today to talk about SoccerStub, the only platform made specifically for soccer ticketing and payments all around the world. We have some really cool functionality for soccer teams and fans alike that I want to walk you through today, both to help fans find new teams and help teams find new fans. I'm going to take you for a quick tour. So right now we're just on the marketing page. You're welcome to check this out at SoccerStub.com. You'll get a quick overview of what's going on. I'll probably end up posting this video up here eventually so you can actually run through a demo and see everything that's going on as well. But with that, I want to jump into the actual platform. So right now, here what you see, we're on our test platform so that I'm not screwing up any real events. So rather than seeing soccer matches all over the world, you're going to see a couple fake ones that I have here. And they're a little comical in the names, but this should help you get an idea of exactly how things work. And one of the key points with SoccerStub is we do advertise to soccer fans everywhere. We do this on Google, Facebook, some different directories that are out there, all sorts of different stuff, to make sure that we're helping you get your events as a soccer organizer. We're helping you get your events in front of fans in your area. So they can come here, they can land on pages, they could search for soccer that's in their area. And they can even search by teams, so that drop down will let me select a team or a venue, things like that that'll pop up as well. Nothing in the Detroit area right now, but you get the idea. With the working platform, you'll be able to see those all over. So with that, I'm going to jump into an event page for one of these teams. Now, after you sign up on SoccerStub, which only takes about 30 seconds, you get the opportunity to start setting up your event. And after you fill in a few blanks and upload a few graphics, this is going to be roughly what your event page looks like, with the ability to customize a lot of this. So this event page, the graphics, so the background is fully customizable, the graphics at the top, your event poster on the right. If you put in more than one event poster, that'll actually become a slideshow. So I'm going to skip over the ticket packages and info right now. We've got some share buttons to make sure people can get the word out. Info on your venue, that's here, going to show up here. And even a description down here, which you can put everything from text to graphics to video to whatever you like down there in the description. And then, of course, policies. And we have some default policies we'll fill in there, but you can override that with your own, whatever you like. And a contact event organizer button. Now, there are really two ways to get people to your event page here. One of those is to simply link over to it. It'll exist on SoccerStub.com, and you'll be able to have access to that at any time. You'll be able to link all of your ticket purchasers, all your fans over there to purchase tickets to your events. But the other thing you can do is you can embed this right into your website. And when you embed this into your website or even a Facebook tab, we have that option as well to embed it right into Facebook. When you do that, it actually gets rid of our navigation at the top and our logos, and even lets you customize the colors more fully to exactly match your website. That's the hope there, so that it really becomes a white label ticketing solution. You can even have the ticket receipts at the end of the purchase process come from your email, so that this feels like it's coming from your organization. And that's important because all of this is about making sure your fans feel at home while they're checking out. One more thing I do want to note to you here is that this is fully mobile customizable, mobile responsive. So if you were to pull this up on a mobile device, it's going to show up just great. It shrinks down with the correct sizing whenever you're moving this around, and it's not a problem. It still looks a-okay when you're in here checking out on a mobile device. I'll go ahead and use the big screen because that's going to be a little bit easier for our demo. And one other thing to note is that we do have the option to show a venue page or team page as well. So this one's set up to show from the venue point of view, but this could be named for the team just as easily. And you could see any ticket packages at the top. Any upcoming events are going to be listed down here, so you can see what the upcoming ones are. You can have your products displayed as well. So this works for selling merchandise and all that sort of thing as well. You can use this as your storefront. And additionally, you've got a calendar that's going to pop up on the venue view so that people can just pick the date that they want. This one happens to be sold out, but you get the idea to let them purchase tickets right there for that date that they select. So with that, let me go back to the single event view, and we're going to go ahead and pick a couple tickets for sale. As you noticed at the top, we do have the ability to create full ticket packages. This is pretty unique. So you can do something like create a 3-game bundle or even a season pass that'll actually get the person into every game. And if I were to click purchase on this 3-game bundle, it will list all 3 of those games. We take inventory off of the tickets for all 3 of those games. And we give them 1 ticket, which can be used once at all 3 of those games. So they can select their quantity. It'll add all of those tickets to their cart, but also give them a discount to get it down to that bundle price there. So that's pretty neat and something that's a little bit different in this world and really customized for soccer here. Another thing, let's go down to the individual ticket sales here. We've got our date and time. And then we've got our individual tickets. And you can set up as many different ticket types as you like. I have this limited to 3 right now, but it could be 10, it could be 5, 1. You could just have a general admission if that's all you wanted. That's fine. And you can have separate descriptions. So for instance, on the student admission, let me zoom in just a little bit. It's going to say must show a valid student ID. And on the group admission, it says you must purchase 8 or more to get this discounted price, which is $5 lower than the general admission. And if I click here, you'll notice that they actually do have to reach that minimum of 8 or whatever else I have that set as to reach that discounted price. So for now, I'm just going to purchase a couple general admission tickets, and I will click add to cart. And it's going to pop up pretty quickly. This is something that's pretty unique to our system as well, to passage ticketing systems. The ability to upsell people. Now we've noticed we do ticketing both online and at the door. And we've noticed that people tend to spend about 60% more when they're checking out online than when they're checking out at the door. Now, don't ask me why, what the psychology is. It could be a variety of things. It could be that they don't feel rushed. It could be that they have time to call their buddy and say, do you want me to buy a ticket for you? It could be that they don't see the dollar bills coming out of their wallet because they're always using credit cards online. I don't know what it is, but I do know that those numbers work out in your favor and mean that you should be trying to sell as much as you can online, as much as you possibly can. So if you can get more in front of them during that checkout process, the more the better. So for instance, we can pick a large t-shirt here. We have options to add on shipping cost or just pick it up at the event. That's what we recommend. You can turn off shipping if you like. And because you know that they've already purchased tickets to your event, you can just hand it to them when they arrive at the event or have them go up to the merchandise booth. And their ticket will scan at that merchandise booth to be able to pick up this shirt or whatever other products you set up as well. And finally, these variants that we have, small, medium, large in this case, but that could be red, green, blue, or anything else you want to have as a variation. Those are inventory specific, so you could run out of large t-shirts before, extra large, and it would not show as available anymore. So go ahead and add one of those to my cart. Then I'm going to hit checkout, so we head over to the checkout page here. Now, when we get to the checkout page, you're going to notice a few things. It's a very basic page. It's similar to other checkout pages you'll see around. We've got the itemized reports here, to say, hey, these are the total prices. We've got special policies. If you have any special policies, they'll show up here. You can even have a special policy that the user has to check to agree to. That's fine. We have a full promo code engine, so if you were to give them a promo code, your customer a promo code, they would put it in here and then hit submit. Examples are, you could create really any alphanumeric code, but let's say you create one called one off, and when they put that in, it gives them $1 off. So it can be any alphanumeric code, good for dollar or percentage amount off. And you can limit the tickets that works on. You can limit the time that it's available, and you can even bulk create these. If you want to create 1,000 promo codes at a time, just all the same settings basically, but different codes. That's pretty easy to do on our platform. The other thing that we do that's a little different is we have the ability to create a social media discount. And what this does, this is going to offer the customer that's checking out a discount. In this case, it's $1 off, but you can set that to anything in exchange for sharing on Facebook or Twitter. So if I were to click this, my Twitter window is going to pop up here. And it's going to pre-populate with a tweet to this game. I could edit it if I want or something like that, but it's basically going to say, hey, I just bought tickets for this event. Please come with me, and give a link to that ticket checkout page. So if I click tweet on this, right away, it's going to update. Our system will notice it and update, give them that discounted price there. Now, this is important. We see a lot of sales go through this. So this is basically you're giving somebody $1 to get in front of their thousands of Twitter followers or Facebook friends that are likely in the same area and likely interested in the same things and might even want to go to an event with this individual. So this is some of the most targeted marketing you could get, and I really recommend taking advantage of it. We see a lot of sales come through there. So with that, I'm going to go down to the checkout portion. Now, if I am not logged in, it's going to ask me to enter a credit card number, obviously. I am logged in, so I have a saved card here. We'll click Purchase. We do verify once more that this is the correct amount that's being charged. I'll click OK to that. And this will complete our transaction as long as that card checks out and is verified OK on our processing. Yep, so I got through here. It says, thanks for your purchase. Your ticket package is below, and we will email you a receipt. So we do show the tickets right on the screen already. They're available. You can even send one to a friend if you want. If you bought one for a buddy and they're coming separate, you just throw their name and email address in there and how many tickets you want to send over. And we do also send the user, the customer, an email with a full receipt, a message from you if you want to give them a special message, and those tickets attached. So that happens as well. They get their tickets in a multitude of different ways. Let me pull that ticket up real quick and show you exactly what that looks like on our system here. So here is a version of the ticket. This is the printable version, just to make it easy for you to see there. We also have a version that'll pull up on the mobile device. If you just click to view ticket, you can pull it up on your mobile device, and that is responsive. That is mobile responsive. So you can just pull it up on a mobile device, and it'll focus in on that barcode area there so that it's nice and big on the screen. But generally, a ticket will have a name at the top, the events that were purchased for. So this had 2 general admission tickets to this event, 1 t-shirt down here. We'll have your graphics in the top right. We'll have your barcode, your scannable barcode. We'll get to that in a second. Your venue info so that they can get there and see a little map and even make a call if they get lost. Your notes and instructions, we have some default text, but this can literally be anything you want. So if you want to say, hey, the south gate is closed, please come in the north gate and park across the street, you can do that. And then a brought to you by section. So by default, this will show the SoccerStub logo on it, but you can change this to whatever you like. So you can, put some sponsor logos on there and say, hey, sponsor down the street. We'll put you on 10,000 tickets this year if you give us an extra $5,000 sponsorship. How does that sound? And a lot of times you'll be able to get some extra sponsorship dollars by going through this process and getting them on all these tickets here. So that can be very valuable to you. And with that, let me go in and show you exactly how scanning works for these tickets. So let me pull up my mobile device real quick. This should pop up pretty quick. Let's see here. All right, so I've got the mobile device up on my screen now. I'm going to move this just over to the side so you can see, and I'm going to move this one just a little bit as well. This is just so we can get everything on the screen at one time. Okay? And with that, I want to take you through this whole redemption process. So this is my iPod Touch, and we're going to be using the Passage Manager app. And this is the app that we have available on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. It's a free app, but of course you can only use it if you have an account on our system. And you'll be able to use this to redeem tickets. We do have red light barcode scanners that'll work with this, but for the most part, as long as you're in light outside, the device camera will work just dandy. And we've gone to a lot of the lengths to make sure that this will work, even in flaky internet. Even if you lose an internet connection, you'll be able to keep scanning, and it'll even work in all different light conditions. So it's pretty darn quick. So how this works, I'm going to go ahead and put this over the barcode, and then I'm going to tap the screen. Pretty much as soon as I do that, we're going to get either a green check or a red X. Now, green check means, yes, they have at least one ticket available. Go ahead and let this person in. If you were to get a red X, it would mean that they're all out. Now, as you recall, this ticket had 2 passes on it, so I've used one of them now. If I scan it one more time, we're going to get another green check, so we can let that person in, that second person in. But if I try it a third time, we're going to get that red X because this ticket has been used up. Both of those passes have been used up because right now I'm scanning for tickets. Now the other thing you can do is switch over to standard scanning mode, which might be a little more advantageous if you're redeeming merchandise and that sort of thing. And in standard scanning mode, it's just a little different. When I tap the screen to scan, it's actually going to pull up not only the tickets that I have available, and you'll notice both of these were already marked as used because we already used this ticket. It'll also show you the products that are available. So now if I'm sitting at the merch booth, I could say, well, yep, you've checked in, but I see we still owe you a t-shirt. I'll hand you the t-shirt, and then I'll tap that to toggle it over. And there we go. We've gone ahead and redeemed everything available on this ticket, including their merchandise. Now the other thing you can do is if, let's say, somebody comes without their ticket, or their dog ate it, or it got crumpled up and can't be scanned, you can go ahead and click Guess, and this is going to pull you into our guest list, and you can scroll through here, but if you want to go a little faster, you can just type in 2 letters to a last name, something like that, and then tap their name. And very quickly, I'm going to see their passes come up that they have available, and I'll see those 2 are used, but they do have one more general admission available here, so I'll tap that and let this person in. So that's another way to redeem people and redeem passes, is by using that virtual guest list there. And with that, let me pull up my iPad. This would work. I'm going to go through the sales process, and this would work on the iPod as well. It just, you have a little more screen real estate on the iPad. So that's why I'm going to pull that one up, if I can get it to work. Yeah, here we go. All right, so now you see my iPad on the screen, and we're going to open up the exact same app here. So this is the Passage Manager app, and at the bottom, I was in check-in previously. Now I'm going to switch over to Sell. So now we're in sales mode, mobile point of sale mode. So what I can do is I could go ahead and tap the date under my event here, and it'll show me the ticket types that are available in the middle. So I'll go ahead and tap general admission. I'll tap that twice, and that'll show me the cart. The shopping cart will pop up on the right. Now let's say I want to sell them a product too. On the left, I can go and tap products, and then I can tap t-shirts. You can do this for concessions as well, more food, donations, anything you want. So since I'm in t-shirts, I'll go ahead and add a medium t-shirt. That'll show up on the right here. And if our shopping cart is complete, we can go ahead and check out, or we can even add a promo code over here. I'll just click checkout. And now I can swipe a card using the Passage app and card reader if you have one of our card readers, and we do give you that first reader for free. You can click key in card if you just want to type in a card number. That's a little bit longer than swiping, of course, but it's there if you need it. Or you can just register a cash sale. And the cool thing about registering a cash sale, let's say I put in $60 that they gave me, it'll tell you the change that is due to them. And it'll also keep that in your reporting without, any fees. We don't charge you anything for cash sales. It just all goes into the same reporting so that your accountant only has to go to one place at the end of the day. So I'll click complete sale. Now again, if this is a card transaction, we can go ahead and have them sign on the screen just so we have that signature. You can also email them a receipt. So you can type in their email address at the top and then tap email receipt, and that will send them a quick email receipt. Or if you have a thermal printer or even a hard cardstock ticket printer that works with our system, we work with Star thermal printers, thermal receipt printers, and Boca ticket printers. You can use one of those options if you have that set up. And otherwise, you can click Done at the bottom, and we're good to go. So that is the Passage Manager mobile app. We have more functionality coming all the time, but the check-in and the sales are really the basics there. So with that, I'm going to get this off of the screen here. All right. And my other one as well. Cool. Now I want to do one more thing. I would like to go in and take a quick look at our reporting and admin side of things. So I'm going to go to, I'm actually just going to click back here real fast. And from the account menu, I'm going to choose admin. So if you are set up as an event creator, you can go ahead and get to this admin area at any time. Here, I already have this one open. It'll save our load time a little bit. Now, the first thing you're going to see once you go to your admin area is an upcoming calendar of all the events you have coming up. So here we have, our match that's coming up on September 2nd, another one on September 9th, another one on the 16th. We've got the Voyagers versus Force here, Raiders here, Direwolves here. And you can even see at a glance sales. So I can see, hey, we've sold 2,031 tickets here. There are currently 5,469 remaining. And if you want to update that and up that total, you can. You can just go in here and say, no, now we want 8,000 total tickets for the ticket limit. And that'll bump that up, that number that's remaining. And over here, it'll tell me how much revenue we've generated as well. And then over on the action side of things, we can click View Guest List at any time and get a list of who's attending our event. Usually it won't be the same person over and over. I've been testing a lot here, so that's why my name is showing up. Usually you would see different names, and you could even search for those at the top and even click Redeem right next to them if you want to mark them as redeemed. Now, if you happen to collect more info, we have the ability to ask people additional info. So you could ask for their phone number, their mailing address. You could ask if they've ever been to a match, a soccer match before. You could ask a whole bunch of different things there. And that would show up under more info. And then if you click transaction over here, you'll get a list of their entire transaction. So you can see this one, their total was $60.35. And they did have a t-shirt that they purchased as well. And I can even click in and view more on the transaction. And here's where we really get into some details here. So by clicking here, we can now look through and say, oh, this is the person that purchased. Here, I can actually reprint a receipt. I can reprint a ticket. I can send them the receipt and ticket again by email. Or I can even click here to refund a transaction. And then we can see the totals for that transaction. We can see how they transacted, whether they used a card or what they did there. We can see the tickets that are associated, any products that are associated, and even any discounts that were used down here. And let's say somebody couldn't make it to a certain event, we could even change their tickets. I can click change, say, nope, we're going to push them over to the Direwolves event. And I'll click here. Now this one I may be out of tickets, so this might not work. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. 0 tickets type. But let's see, what other match do I have available here? Voyagers versus Raiders. We can move them to that one. And this should work. Yep. So now we've updated their tickets. They're available for the next game. And we can click send a customer receipt here. And now they'll get a new copy of that receipt and ticket attached. Other things we can do from this upcoming events view. If you go over to the right under Actions, we were just in View Guest List, but if we click this drop down, we have a few other options. We can make a time slot private. This is cool if you have corporate events coming up and you want to hide something from public sale. You can absolutely do it, and then this will give you a private link to let them special guests check out on their own. You can do this for VIPs or for corporate passes, that sort of thing. You can block all sales for this time slot. You can issue a comp ticket. This is great if you want to do something like, invite VIPs or family members to come to your event. So when I click comp, it's going to ask me the ticket type, the quantity I want to give away, the recipient's email, their name, and then any notes I want to add. And if I click submit, this will send them a free ticket and log it in my transaction records as a comp ticket, as $0 purchase. Now, finally, one more thing that we can do from this upcoming events view is we can actually go over here again to the actions and click sell tickets. So let's say you've got somebody on the phone or something like that. You can just click sell tickets right here, throw in their name, and I'll click continue here. You can pick their tickets, how many tickets you want to send them, and you can even add products if you want or enter a promo code, or you can just click checkout. When I click checkout, we can type in their credit card info. This is just a test card. Don't worry about trying this anywhere. It won't work. And we can click purchase from back here. And this will actually complete that transaction, log it in our records, take it off the inventory, and send them their email with their tickets attached. So it's like a full transaction on the front end. And then we can get into actually editing the events. And that's the important part, right? So let's go to Events and then Manage. Now this is the cool stuff. What if I actually want to set something up or change details? I'm just going to go into an existing event just to show you around, but you could just as easily go in here and create a new event, and you would see the exact same fields. So the first thing when you're creating an event, you're going to name it. It will automatically give you an event URL based on that name, but you could change that if you wish. Just remember to update all the links you put out to people if you change that after you've already linked to it. You can create a venue or select a venue. The first time you do this, you'll have to click Add Venue and throw in the name, address, phone number, time zone. But after that, you'll be able to just select it from a drop-down. You can add in a description, type anything you like in here, throw in some images or videos, whatever you like. And I'm scrolling down, but you can also get to these headings by just clicking the headings on the left here. You can get down the page by just clicking on the left. So if I click ticket info, it'll jump there. But back to look and feel, we can change how things feel on the page. We can even add in some graphics, that sort of thing. And again, if you were to add a new graphic, it's pretty simple. You just grab that off of your computer. Below that, we've got ticket info. So this is where you actually go about setting up your ticket types. And like I say, you have to have at least a general admission or at least a ticket type. It doesn't have to be called general admission. So you have to have at least one, but you can also have as many as you like. So when I'm creating this, it's the same as editing. You'll have to at least put in a name and a price. But that's it. If you just put in a name and a price, you could click save and you'd be complete with this. We also have options to add on a ticket fee, which is an amount of money that goes entirely back to you. This is just money that's collected for you. Number available, so you can limit the quantity available if you like. And this is per time slot. A minimum quantity. Now this would be like for a group discount or something like that. You could set this to 10 if you wanted them to have to buy at least 10 to get a special price, whatever this price is. Display order, that changes where it shows up on the page. The higher the number, the lower the number, the higher up the page it'll show. So number 1 will show at the top. If you were to put in number 2, it would show below number 1, etc. And then visibility, you can change whether this is online, in person, only for bundled passes, both online and in person, that sort of thing. And you can even put in a description that'll show up on the website or say, yes, I do want to show how many tickets are remaining. But all you have to do is throw in that name and price. Below that, we have the ability to add in ticket instructions. These are those instructions that actually show up on the ticket. You can add in custom fields. These are custom questions you ask your customers. So I could say, what is your favorite color? And now they would have to answer this during checkout. And you could make that per transaction or per ticket. So for every single ticket that checks out. You could even make this required if you want them to have to answer this. Max tickets per order. We recommend keeping this about 15 or 20, just to keep things from getting out of hand. You can require separate names on each ticket. I do not recommend this for soccer, but the option is there if you decide you'd like it. Fee setup, whether you want to incur costs or pass them on to the customer. Reports, you can get an email alert about every ticket sold. You can get a daily alert. You can get a weekly alert. And again, those daily and weekly reports will just have the totals over that time period. And then some advanced stuff like setting up special terms that have to be agreed to in order to complete a checkout, or setting up a special message to go along with your email, or even conversion tracking IDs and that sort of thing. Then the final piece of the puzzle is the date and time down here. And when you add a date and time, you're going to have to throw in the start date and time, the stop date and time. You can set up when the sales go on. So just because you're creating a date and time right now doesn't mean that sales have to start immediately. So you could delay that until Friday at midnight to create some artificial demand. You can end sales before the event starts or ends, if you'd like. Otherwise, that'll default to the end time for the event. You can set a limit of tickets that can be purchased for this time period. And you can even create a custom text. So if instead of it actually showing the time, for this time slot, you could say Saturday night at 8 p.m. And that would show up there. I guess this was 7 p.m. that we had this on, but that would show up instead of the actual date and time on that ticket. Then finally, you can display tickets remaining for that whole time slot, and you can select the ticket types that you want to use. So bare minimum, you do need a name, a description, at least one ticket type, and at least one time slot. But again, you can use all of these advanced features and add more than one time slot if you need, all that sort of thing. All right, with that, I'm going to go back and look at a couple more options real fast from this advanced management page. So from here, you can do a couple other things. We already talked about selling tickets, blocking time slots, looking at the upcoming events, sending comp tickets, and we can get the custom responses if we're asking for custom fields. We can see those under customer responses. So one of the things we can do here, we can order up a PDF or CSV guest list by clicking this drop-down, this part of the drop-down. We can create a social code or promo code, or we could embed the event. Now, a social code and promo code setup are similar, so I'll just do one of them. If I were to add a promo code, it's pretty simple. We just choose the dollar, whether we want it to be worth dollars or percent. So if I wanted to make a $2 code, we could say, hey, dollars, the amount off is 2. We could call it to off. That's what they have to type in to use it. We could limit it to 2 total uses and only 1 use per order. So that would be, twice, but only once per order. So 2 different people would get to use it. And then we only want to make this available online. You can change that availability too. If I were to add an auto apply quantity, it wouldn't matter what we have in the code. This would automatically apply if they reached X number of tickets purchased. And then we can change the start and stop date if we want. And then, of course, enable it. Now, when I enable this, this is important. It's going to pop up, and it'll actually let me change the ticket types that's available for as well. So that's an option there as well. Now, immediately, as soon as I clicked save there, this ticket type is available. Now, if I wanted to embed the event, I could click embed from this event options dropdown, and we can look through. We can say, hey, I want to embed it. Here is my code. It's going to give you back this code and then the sample down here right away. So we can take this code, put it in our website, copy and paste, put it in the HTML on our website, and this embed will be active right away. Or we can change things around. We could change the color scheme. Maybe we want to change it to the basic color scheme or the blue focused color scheme here. Or maybe we would prefer to make a custom color scheme. I don't necessarily recommend this, but it's up to you, so I could say, hey, I want to make the secondary background color red, and I'll click submit. And now we've got red all over the place. So this just helps you, kind of customize things to meet up to match your existing website or wherever you're embedding this page. So with that, I'll take you over to the reports. I think that's the next thing that's important to look at, and that's probably the final thing. So we have 5 different types of reports. I'll drop you into 2 of them real quick. Tickets, transactions, discounts, and products are all basically the same report with different info. And then events is a little different. So let me look at events first. Now events, if I go ahead and tap into this one, we can select an event. And then we can do a couple of other things. We can say, hey, I want to do this over a range of time. So I'll make this one pretty broad, but you could do this over a 1-week period, something like that. You can select specific ticket types or payment types if you like, and then whether or not we're tracking whether this was sold or redeemed over this time period. So I'll go ahead and click submit. Very quickly, oh, this was an event that apparently is not up and running right now. Let me try to get a different one here. I know one that'll have a lot of spots available on it here. This should work well. Yeah, here we go. So for this event, as soon as I click search, it's going to show us at a glance, hey, we have $5,000 in general admission sales and $328 in group tickets. It'll show us over that time period how we're doing with our different sales. It'll also show us how we're doing with our different discounts, so promo codes used over that time period and over those tickets. So that's pretty important as well. Any of these, you can see the graph, or you can get a just data view if you just want to see that as well. So this is cool for at a glance, just some quick decision making, saying, hey, it looks like this one-off promo code is working better than SF10, so I'll go ahead and stop paying for this SF10 one and just start paying for wherever I have this one-off one, the marketing on that. So with that, let me jump up here and jump into another report. I'm going to check out the tickets report. Now this is great if you want all of your data. So here, by going into this report, we see everything. We see all ticket sales ever. We see all redemptions ever, all price, fees, discounts, tax, service fees, processing fees, all that. And then we see every ticket sale listed down here. And it'll have pages and pages of that, So here we have 268 pages of this. But if we want to sort this down and really make use of this data, we probably want it over to add some filters over here. So I'm going to go ahead and sort this down to Voyagers versus Force. And now, right now, I could just click search on Voyagers versus Force, and this will zero in to just details for Voyagers versus Force. We see total sold, 2033 now, 28, total ticket price $480. You get the idea, so we've got just those items. And now down here are only those sales to that event. But I could zero into just general admission sales, and maybe just sales that were made online, and maybe just sales that have already been redeemed. And I can pick specific dates or email addresses that the person used, or promo codes that the person used, etc. And as soon as I click search, it's going to zero us in to just what matches those totals. So in this case, this event with general admission tickets, payment type was online, web credit debit, and has already been redeemed. We only have 15 tickets, these totals, and here they are right here. And at any time, I can click Export Filtered CSV. That'll give me a download of a spreadsheet that has my filtered results, so just the results I'm on right now, or I can download a full CSV, which will give me all of my results, all of my data. And we really do give you all that data that quickly. We don't try to hide that from you at all. Your data belongs to you. Now, the other thing you can do is you can set it up so that your data can be exported through our integrations with Zapier. And Zapier is an app that plays an in-between role with over 1,000 different web apps. So you can go in here at any time and set it up so that sales that you do on SoccerStub or on Passage will trigger things on your other apps. So maybe it'll send data over to a Google Sheet that you have. Maybe it'll schedule an email to go out to you with certain parts of that data included. So you can create custom reports in Google Sheet. You could send data to Gmail. You could create custom Google Calendar invites if you want the end user that purchased to get a calendar invite for their attendance there. That's possible. You could have it update your Facebook page, or all sorts of different things. So the possibilities are endless. We see this, people set this up to trigger automatic text messages to their customers, automatic emails after the event ends with a survey link and a discount to come back to the next match. All sorts of stuff going on here that you can do with this. So I really recommend using this, even if it's just to create a custom report for yourself here. And that's about it. I mean, I could take you through a ton of custom functionality. Let me get back to the admin. We could walk through setting up products. We could walk through setting up bundles. We'd walk through more of the reports and other advanced stuff. But really, you get the idea. This is a fairly powerful system, really customized around functionality made for soccer. Stuff like merchandise upsells, stuff like bundled tickets. And of course the branding around SoccerStub to make sure that it's something that we're helping you find new fans. So with that, I really hope this is something that'll work for you and help your team get to the next level. And please feel free to reach out at any time. My name is Alex Linnebrink. My email is alex@gopassage.com if you want to talk about any of these details at all.